Hi, my name is Olivia Grillot, and today I will be talking about the biological mechanisms that control weight, the media oversimplification of weight gain and loss, ways to help with weight gain or loss that lean more into science rather than dieting, and diet culture. So into the first thing, which is the biological mechanisms, we have something called metabolism, which the scientific definition of this is the sum of all chemical reactions required to support cellular function and life of an organism. We more know this as how fast or slow our body burns calories. We have two processes, one being catabolism. These are breakdown processes, releasing energy. An example of this is the salivary amylase that is in your mouth that starts breaking down food. We also have anabolism. These are building processes, so like consuming energy and build energy storage molecules. The body strives to have a balance between catabolic and anabolic processes, so even between building processes and breakdown processes. With our body constantly striving to be in equilibrium between building processes and breaking down processes, we also have a negative energy balance and a positive energy balance. A negative energy balance is when energy is consumed less than energy is expelled. This generally results in weight loss. On the flip side of that is positive energy balance. This is when the energy that you're consuming is greater than the energy that you're expelling, which usually results in weight gain. With our body trying to be in equilibrium, our body always wants to have an equal balance of positive and negative energy. This is done through balance intake and balance outtake. Energy intake is made up of the calories that we consume from like food, beverages. These generally come from our macronutrients, mainly carbs, proteins, fats, and alcohol. Energy output is when our body uses those calories that we consume to maintain functions in our body. So these can be breathing, sleeping, talking, but they can also be intentional exercises like playing basketball, running, things like that. Our body tries to have an equilibrium between all of these biological mechanisms to maintain our weight. Now, leaning into more of weight gain or weight loss rather than maintaining weight, the media has a lot of oversimplification when it comes to this. A basic example of this is just eat less, work out more. However, this is very, very simplified and it's not as easy as that due to like how our body does manage our energy. A good example of a diet that is very oversimplified is just a calorie deficit. So whatever your average calorie intake should be, generally people subtract about 500 from that, and that is what they consume. And the goal is mainly to lose 1 pound a week. However, because due to our body's constant goal for equilibrium, our body strongly resists using our stored fats as fuel rather than just our calories that we consume. Due to a calorie deficit, our hunger hormones will increase and our satiated hormones decrease and our energy usage also decreases. The problem with the oversimplification of the calorie deficit and just weight loss or weight gain in general is our metabolic rate will lower as we consume less calories because our body adapts to running off of using less calories because of that resistance to use stored fats as fuel. So if you're in a calorie deficit and you lose a lot of weight, it is really easy to gain it all back once you're off that diet because your body has adapted to using less calories, therefore your metabolism has slowed down, and it's slower than what it previously was before you started the diet. If you leaning more into like scientific weight loss rather than based off the media, a good way to do a calorie deficit while still not decreasing your metabolism is to take diet breaks during these diets. A lot of diets that we have, the only thing that they have in common and the only thing that really works is a calorie deficit, which is why I'm using this as an example. Diet breaks will prevent your metabolism from slowing down if you take a week off every 3 weeks or so, because you're not allowing your body to adapt to the lower caloric intake. Therefore, your metabolism won't slow down and you can keep the weight off a lot easier. Going into diet culture, the biggest diet culture thing that I notice when I look at social media or things like that are the Kardashians. The Kardashians have a huge impact on anything regarding like social media trends, diet specifically, just because they constantly morph their bodies into what is popular or in at the time. A couple years ago, a thicker body was what was in, so the Kardashians fit that narrative. Now that a smaller frame, skinnier look is in, the Kardashians have fit that narrative. Leaning into more of like the media and diet bias and diet culture, the biggest thing that I see on social media that I have always like noticed or paid attention is the Kardashians. They obviously have their own reality TV show. They're very up with the trends and that kind of thing. So with them being so into the trends, they tend to change their bodies based off of what is in. Several years ago, what was in was a thicker body, and that is the narrative that they fit. Now it is a skinny body, very small frame, so that is what they have worked for. One way to counteract this diet like bias is just recognizing that what they have is very unattainable, because they can get the best money they can get the best doctors, nutritionists, workout trainers that money can buy. That is a very unattainable goal for most people, and recognizing that will help counteract the impact that diet culture has on everybody.